Wide Web. Welcome to Hangin With. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead down there and hit the subscribe button. We really need the support. If this is your first time, thanks for tuning in to Hangin With. We want to start off with a quick shout out to our friends at Something Unique Magazine at somethingunique.mag.com. And we send them our thanks as well as our new friends over at Awesomeness TV, awesomenesstvnetwork.com. And thanks for tuning in. It helps for sharing these creators and authors and amazing talents with the World Wide Web. We are at the O'Galley Art Festival in historic downtown O'Galley in Melbourne, Florida, at the O'Galley Civic Center. We want to thank Authors for Authors for putting together such a fantastic event, especially Dr. Valerie L. and Holly Fox Valacoop and Marshall Frank. They welcomed us in here really good. I wish we could say we were in sunny Melbourne, Florida, but it's a little cloudy out there today. So I'm going to just tell you that we're in Melbourne, Florida today, and we are hanging with writer and creator Cindy Foley, who is the author of Truth Lies, a Florida Saga. Welcome, Cindy, and thanks for hanging with us.
Glad to be here.
How are you doing this weekend? This is your first conference kind of thing?
No.
No, you've been around?
I'm a bit of a veteran when it comes to these shows.
Outstanding. Yeah. How's this one going?
It's a little early to tell.
A little early to tell?
Yeah, but it seems to be well attended.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the Truth Lies, a Florida Saga.
Well, it is a fiction novel based on a true story about a friend of mine.
Okay.
She believed that somebody was after her family, and they were truly a Florida cattle ranching family. They lived in this area.
Wow.
But she believed that somebody had been after her family. Unfortunately, she had a mental illness that may have skewed her thinking, hence the Truth Lies.
Truth Lies. Oh my, amazing. Now, this is your first book?
Yes.
And what inspires you to write, to create?
I'm just the same old boring type of story I've wanted to write all my life. Ever since I was 8 years old. My mother was a columnist for a local paper where I grew up. So I've always had it. It's in my blood, I guess.
Once you get ink in your blood, you can't get it out. You just keep trying and trying and trying.
Yeah,
trust me.
That's it.
And so far, like you said, you're kind of a veteran at these kind of events and things like that.
Yes.
And what do you enjoy most about being an author and being a creator in this community?
I've had stories in my mind all my life, so being able to get them out and create that, there again, I take that back to my mom, who was a seamstress and an arts and crafts, and I think being able to just express myself through my books, this is kind of a new experience for me, being interviewed. I'm not generally outspoken. I usually am pen-spoken.
Believe it or not, I am more of an introvert.
Yeah.
They turn the camera on and I ignore it a lot of the time.
I think that's how we writers are. Let me put it down. I'll tell you everything you want to know I'm writing, but don't ask me.
Well, I'm glad you agreed to be interviewed with us. If there's a takeaway from the Truth Lies, something that in a little book blurb you could tell people, what do you want them to get when they read your book?
Well, because this is a book about a friend of mine, it was her purpose that she wanted to tell people who suffered in the same way that she did, that she understood what the truth is and that never to give up. So this is a story about the perception versus reality, but don't ever give up if you have an illness that you haven't gotten to the bottom of.
That is the message of so many good stories, because we talk about the truth of the human condition, no matter how we tell the story. And that's the message. Human beings don't give up.
Yes.
We go to the next level. So this is an amazing way to tell that story, especially if you have a mental illness, and you can get past it. And that it's hard. It's a hard road, huh?
And you never do it alone.
So like you said, you're a veteran at these kind of events, and you've been. How long has the Truth Lies been out there?
Well, I self-published it on CreateSpace and Amazon a year ago.
Okay.
But frankly, to tell you the truth, I wasn't satisfied with the product, and I just changed the cover. I changed the ending. I addressed some technical issues in the book, and so I just republished it again this month.
Wow! So get the second edition of the Truth Lies of Florida Saga on Amazon, and obviously for your Kindle. Are you on any other marketplaces so far?
Not right yet.
Okay. Well, get your Kindle out, folks. Download that Kindle app for your iOS device and check out the Truth Lies of Florida Saga. And what's your favorite part about this community and being a part of that?
I think finding out that we're all the same. we all have the same concerns. Does someone else like my book? finding that person who's going to do the honest critique, seeing if they're really going to tell me how they really feel. Just meeting people, like-minded people. That's cool.
Awesome. That's amazing. And so we already told our viewers they can find you on Amazon.com for Kindle and in paperback edition. The book you're looking for, folks, is The Truth Lies, a Florida Saga by author Cindy Foley. This is her first book. Get out there. Leave her some reviews. The story is amazing. Read it. Tell her what you think of it. She really wants to hear from your feedback from us. Cindy Foley, thank you so much for being with us and hanging with us at this event.
My pleasure.
That about wraps us up here. Our special thanks again to Something Unique Magazine at somethinguniquemag.com for sharing these great authors with the World Wide Web. For more episodes, check back with us on our YouTube channel or in iTunes on the podcast. And maybe take a quick run over to the show store. You're down here in the description. You'll find a link to the show store. Get a t-shirt, get a ball cap, get a pen. I don't care what you buy. Just support these great independent authors by helping us to help them by interviewing them, okay? So thanks a lot for that. Again, thank you to Authors for Authors Committee, Dr. Valerie Allen, Holly Fox, Velacoop, and Marshall Frank for having us out here. I'm G.W. Pomichter. We've been hanging with Cindy Foley, the author of Truth Lies, a Florida Saga. So remember, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we'll be hanging with next. Hello, welcome back, World Wide Web. Welcome to Hanging With. I'm G.W. Pomichter, and thank you for logging on, tuning in. If you haven't already, go on down there and hit the subscribe button for us on our YouTube channel. If this is your first time, thank you for hanging with us. We want to start off with a shout out to our friends at Something Unique Magazine at somethinguniquemag.com. We send our thanks also to our new friends over at Awesomeness TV. That's awesomenessnetworktv.com. Thanks for sharing these creators and these authors with the World Wide Web. We really appreciate it. We also appreciate Authors for Authors Committee here in Melbourne, Florida. Dr. Valerie Allen, Helen, Holly Fox, Velacoop, and Marshall Frank. welcome us out here to the 8th annual O'Galley Art Festival. Well, we're here in what should be sunny Melbourne, Florida. We're a little overcast today, but it's still nice and warm. And we are hanging with author, writer, and creator Julio Torres, who has written My Twisted Summer and Drinking Hip Hop. Drinking Hip Hop is under a different name, and we're going to get to that a little later in the show. But Julio, welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I tell you what, we're going to start over here with Drinking Hip Hop. So first of all, this is under a pen name.
Yes,
and
it is.
Your pen name is?
My pen name is William Bain.
William Bain.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Julio Torres doesn't translate into William Bain.
Not even
Not
close.
on any planet. So how'd you come up with your pen name?
No plan. It just came up. I wanted a contrast to my Cuban culture, so I figured let me keep it William Bain. Complete contrast. No agenda behind it. I didn't know plan. It just came up.
Just kind of popped into your head.
Yes.
Outstanding. Well, William Bain or Julio Torres, welcome to Hanging With. And the first one we're going to go is Drinking Hip Hop. Tell us a little bit about your book and what inspired Drinking Hip Hop.
Well, it's a Detroit biography.
Okay.
It deals with an actual rapper who I met in Satellite Beach and his struggles to break in Detroit. And what happened when he broke in, it was racism in reverse. So my rapper is white, and the African culture in Detroit didn't give him the venue to break in because of his color. So that was his main struggle in Detroit. Very talented man. I met him here in Satellite Beach, and that's where it originated from. When he told me his biography, I didn't believe it. Jimmy Hoffa's uncle is his grandfather.
And he still couldn't break in Detroit.
No, exactly, no. Wow. So I didn't believe it, but when he gave me his life story on a DVD, CD that he recorded in the studio, I realized I had to write a story about it.
Outstanding, man, outstanding. And how's the book doing? People receiving it well?
Very well, very well.
Very well.
They don't believe it, that it's real, but it's only 10% fiction. Just the remaining 10 pages are fiction. The rest, he really lived it. Detroit is a very corrupt city. Back in the day, you could do whatever you want, get away with it. There's a scene where the cops pull him over. He lets the cops know, by the way, I know how shady you are, and the cops let him go after being followed on the highway for hitting a streetwalker with his car on purpose.
Wow.
Yes.
So, by the way, how's your friend doing?
Well, very well.
Did he get picked up to get a label?
He releases his own albums under his own funding.
All right, that's great. That's through Reverb Nation, maybe online, or does he do it?
I'm not sure who he uses to release. He released a new album last year. I had my book signing in Detroit alongside his album release party.
Awesome, man, awesome. And so, what's his latest CD? What's out there? Let's give him a little plug. Let's tell the worldwide plug.
Backstab the Kingpin, released out of Detroit Local Records. And he released his album after like 10 years of doing nothing. He released it last year in Detroit.
Outstanding.
He has a lot of additional rappers locally from Detroit.
That's coming in.
After the locals kicked him out because he has a big mouth, he went to Florida and stayed alive, but he went back to Detroit last year because of situations that occurred here with certain police officers.
Okay, well, we won't ask any more about that, but we just get the album out there, and we want our friends at Some Unique Magazine to go ahead and he's got a pen name that he uses, or his name on the CD?
Backstab the Kingpin, that's what he goes by. You can get his latest album online. All
right, great. Hey, guys over at Something Unique, take a look at him. They're from up the St. Louis way, and they do a lot of music artists and a lot of writing artists on their website. So make sure they check that out, and also check out Drinking Hip Hop. Not by Julio Torres, but by William Bain. Okay, awesome, that's great. Now let's move over here. We have My Twisted Summer, a coming-age surfing thriller. Do you surf?
Yes.
Outstanding. Okay, so tell us a little bit about, well, then we can guess what inspires this.
Definitely.
Okay,
so
tell
this
us a little
takes
bit about
place in Satellite Beach.
Okay.
3 15-year-old friends ignore the mandatory beach evacuation to surf, and that's where their adventures begin and escalate.
Outstanding, outstanding. And so what draws you to writing? What do you like about being a creator?
Well, my brother-in-law is Danny Pino. He's an actor, and he inspired me many years ago to pursue my dream. He's very successful, and I realized if he can do it, pursue his dream, and make a living off of it, He's my inspiration, so I'm pursuing it. I'm also a teacher. I teach
Okay.
8th grade English, so I have to make a living, of course, but
sir.
I would love to be a full-time author.
That's wonderful, and you're off to a great start. You got your 2 books out there, and you know you talk about you're writing what you know, which is fantastic. And so, tell us a little bit now about you're an English teacher.
Yes.
Any favorite authors? Any people who inspire you?
My Twisted Summer was modeled after Lord of the Flies. William Golding's symbolism and literary analysis blew my mind. So I modeled his style, and I teach My Twisted Summer to my students. So it's about a 3-week lesson plan where they actually enhance the literary analysis based on my symbolism, my foreshadowing. So I modeled it after a genius.
And hey, we're hoping you did a fantastic job, because we're going to send everybody on the World Wide Web to come and grab that book. So that's fantastic. Now, what's your favorite part about being an author now? I mean, you got 2 books out there. You're making the rounds here.
My favorite part of being an author is that I can lose myself in my own brain and live my own destiny.
I love that. No, what a great answer. What a great answer. And, you know, as an English teacher, I'm sure you teach your students, you know, when you're writing, depending on what kind of writing, if you're creative writing. I had a great teacher years ago that said, our job, the facts are over here. Our job is to tell the truth. What's in the human soul, what's in the human condition. And if you do that successfully, your readers, they connect with different parts of your book. Different reader, different part. And it speaks to them. So you're off to a terrific start. You told some great stories. You know, coming of age story, which is really great. What kind of book is this? Would you classify this as a YA? Something your students read this?
It's definitely YA.
Definitely YA.
Yes.
So young people out there on the World Wide Web, take a grab at this. We promise you, you're not the only ones that ever went through what you're going through growing up.
And these could be ordered from www.lulu.com, lulu.com.
Lulu.com. Awesome. Where else? Anybody else on the web? On Amazon?
Kindle? On Kindle for My Twisted Summer.
Okay, My Twisted Summer's on Kindle also. So check those out, ladies and gentlemen of the World Wide Web. Are you working on anything right now?
Yes, I'm working on my 3rd novel. It's a sci-fi mixed in with drama. 2 teenagers, one is a foster child and one is a rich, spoiled girl, fall in love and come across a portal machine.
And from there, wondrousness ensues.
Oh, yes.
A world of wonder, yes. Outstanding. Well, that is just fantastic. Folks, we got to about wrap this one up. We have been hanging with Julio Torres, also known as
William
Bain. And you can find his books, My Twisted Summer and Drinking Hip Hop, online at lulu.com. We're about wrapped up here. Our special thanks again to Something Unique Magazine. Hey guys, check out that rapper if you get a chance, and also check out these great books. And more episodes here. Check back with us on our YouTube channel or over in the iTunes store. You can get the podcast. Or take a quick run over to the Hangin With store at cafepress.com/hangin with. Get a t-shirt, coffee mug, ball caps. Help support us. Help us get the word out about these fantastic authors and artists. Special thanks to the Authors for Authors Committee, Dr. Valerie Allen, Holly Fox, Velkoop, and Marshall Frank. And I've been GW Pomichter, and we've been hanging with Julio Torres. Subscribe, log in, tune in, and see who we'll be hanging with next.